Hello, Jess. Thank you for taking the time tonight to answer some questions. And this will be a great opportunity for you to get to know our members at the branch. I am really excited to work with you, and you're already doing some amazing things. So I'm really excited about what you can bring to the branch. So thank you already from me. So just a couple of questions for you. Is there anything you wanted to say before we started?
Oh no, I'm really excited. I can't wait for basketball to come back so that we can actually get into it. It's hard, just being on Facebook. I feel like a lot of you would have seen that I've gone around and tried to add you so that I could start putting some faces to names, start that connection in some way. But when we do get back on the court, it's going to be really exciting to be able to be, front and center with you guys, and pass on the knowledge that I have, and go through the steps that we can to make everyone better and work towards some goals.
Fabulous. Sounds good. So my first question for you, Jess, is when did you first begin your journey at Knox, and where did refereeing take you?
So I started when, probably like most of you, when I was about, I don't even know, 16 years ago now, so I don't want to say my age. No, I'm just joking. When I was about 16. I just started because everyone else, like all of my friends who were reffing, they were getting paid to have fun, run around. They did it between their basketball games, just like most of us do now, and that was what appealed to me. And I started with the likes of Michael McCoy, Liam Costa, Angie Buddy, all of those guys, and they were like my circle of friends that brought me into it and showed me the ropes. Was very different starting back then when I was introduced. There was no green shirts from what I can remember. You sort of just jumped on the court. Hopefully you didn't have the same colour shirt on as the players, and off you went. And if you were lucky, the referee was like, "Oh yeah, you're doing a good job," and would sit on the sideline, and you're like, "Oh, where have you gone? Like, what's happening with me?" So lots changed, and it's been really great time for when I started, and we learnt in that way, and now we've changed to different methods. But yeah, I was playing for the Basin. My journey, I guess, I'm a current level 2 referee. I started the same way everybody does. I started C grade, B grade, A grade. I went on to VJBL. A lot of the wordings changed. So I did Big V and Siebel Women's, and then I went on to Siebel Men. I did my first Siebel Men's game in Geelong. And, even at that level, you get thrown in the deep end. I did my first game with Tim Mills and Rao Kirsten. So 2 highly experienced referees that were when we went out to the court, everyone was doing their own jobs, and Tim gave me the ball to throw up, and doing my jump ball, you think, oh, that's fine, I can do a jump ball. And I was the most shakiest jump ball in the whole world, but I got up there and they did it, so that was all good. And even learning and getting to a different level every time is still that scary, nervous experience. I still remember calling my first foul, and I was like, my whistle doesn't work, what am I going to do? So I think just that journey of learning, you always got to keep learning, no matter what level or what grade you are. And I think that that's really important to keep in the back of your head. I also went to the AIS program in Canberra. I was in the Nationals in Darwin. That was disgustingly hot, reffing in that heat up there, but that was fun. And I have just received a few awards across the year. So I started my awards at Knox. I got Rookie and Ref of the Year at Knox. And then in the wider association, I received Referee of the Year and Female Under 21 Female Ref of the Year twice. So I feel I've got a few accomplishments that I'm really proud of, and look back on, and still other people look at me and think, oh, she was one of the first girls to come through the association, so that's really exciting. So that's sort of my journey.
I think that really shows how much experience you have got and what you can bring to the branch. I know for me personally, when I was coming through the ranks on my C grade, you were someone that was one of my role models. So it's really cool to hear your journey and see that you are still at the branch, which is really awesome. So my next question for you is, what leadership roles did you previously have at VBRA Knox branch?
So my funnest thing that I participated in would have to be my Thursday night supervisor role. I did it with Cav, or Steve Kavanagh. I shouldn't call him that. I'll probably look at it and go, don't call me that. But anyway, sorry, Steve. So I did that, and Steve and me, have a really close relationship. I learned so much of him. He is a very strong supervisor when I came up, and I was paired with him for that reason, to learn from the best. So that was really fun. But Thursday nights were the night where everybody else knew the rules better than us, so we were in the wrong a lot of the time. So that was interesting times reffing on a Thursday back there. I have been a committee member and on the development panel when we ran that. And then the other thing that I was involved in was the program that Anthony started. It was the GPS, the Girl Power Squad. So me and Sam Woods started that, and were the first girl refs promoting, girls in basketball, and how do we get more of that in upcoming, how do we get, it out there that girls can do that sport and do that as well. So that was fun, doing some big show games, when you got to ref a game where all the seats came down at Knox, it was so exciting, all that. And, the shirts that we got to wear with the purple collars, the grey shirt, it still stands out that, Daniel can't get one of those shirts with all of the things that he collects. So that's, one that we've always got to hold over him. But other than that, just general involvement within the association.
Fabulous. So now it's going to go a little bit outside of refereeing. So this question's about your personal career experiences, and how do you think these experiences will help you in your role as the assistant advisor?
Yeah. So I've worked for Woolworths like my entire life. I came up through, being a checkout chick to being a store manager to being part of the state team. And in those roles, I was a facilitator and course conductor, I guess if that's what you want to call it, where I was teaching people from 15 years old to experience of 40 years. So that's what I want to bring to the association, that, that I can work with different aspects of people, whether you have been around for as long as you have been, or you're a new person, just making sure that, I'm approachable, making sure that you can come up to me. I'm a new face, new name for a lot of people. I haven't been back to reffing for 5 years. I had 2 kids, and I'm at that stage now where I can come back. But all of that teaching aspect, and being able for everybody to come up to me, and sometimes when you're too nervous to have that conversation with someone that's known you for a while, I might be a new face, to be able to go, hey, this is what I've tried to do, can you have a look and work with me? I'm going to be a blank canvas. I don't know what you're like as your reffing style. I can give a great opinion of then and there, rather than any judgment of previous experience. So that's what I want to bring.
Awesome. What actually made you come back to VBRA Knox branch after having some time away?
I always wanted to come back. It's always been home for me. I love the court, and, even getting back out there when I did in between kids, it was such a great experience. It's like riding a bike. You get back on the court, and your whistle goes off and you're like, oh, yep, cool, except I don't know how to call 16. So we're not teaching 16 as an advisor. So you just have to call it to the bench. I think you have some really good vocabulary, because I still am like, ah.
Yeah, the changing is a tough thing, that's for sure.
Exactly, yeah. So, there's always your voice if you've got nothing else to use. So, but yeah, I was always coming back. I love being on the court and love what the association brings. So, yeah.
Awesome. What do you hope to bring to VBRA Knox branch in your role as the assistant advisor? I know you spoke a little bit about your experience at Woolworths, but is there anything else that you really hope to bring to the branch?
I think that the most important thing for me is I've been through the whole process of being taught by experience and having a lot of people around, and I just want to be able to give back and give other people the same opportunities as what I was given. To be able to encourage, set a goal, work towards something with people. I think that, the more I get to know you guys, the more you let me know what you guys are trying to achieve, the better off I will be able to help you. And I think that was my strong suit is, I wanted to get to Big V, and I wanted to get to Siebel, and, having that network of people, allowed me to do that. And I think that, by upskilling people in that role, I think that be able to better each other. And I'm always learning too, so I'm not going to sit here and say that I know everything either. So I'd love for the feedback to come my way and me to learn some more things as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Last question for you. If you could give any advice to up and coming referees, what would it be?
The biggest thing that I would say is take every opportunity, because you need to make sure that you say yes, because the minute that you say no, the people that are asking think that you're not ready and you're not willing to put forward. So I know that that's a big sacrifice sometimes, but if you want those opportunities, that's when they think that you're ready. So you need to be willing to make the sacrifices yourself and take every opportunity when it comes. I think just making sure that you look the part, both on and off the court, and making sure that network is quite big and bold. How do you make sure that you know everyone? How do you make sure that you say hello without going too far? This is me, this is me, this is me all the time, but making sure that you are known as well, and adapt and keep getting consistently better. I think that, listen to what the oldies have to say. They're there for a reason. They've been able to adapt and listen and change their ways more than anyone has done before. And, they've got some great advice. And I think that that's a really big learning opportunity for everybody to take on. And then just make sure that you're always working as a team, would be my biggest thing, because no one ever cares about like when you are better than someone else. All they think about is, those two aren't working together. How do we wedge a hole? It's better off being consistently poo together rather than, one of you looking like a superstar and the other one looking like a fool, because I tell you what, your partner will remember it and it will come back to bite you in the bum. So please make sure that you're always working together and, you deal with it off the court if something needs to happen. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jess. As I said earlier, you have so many exciting things and experiences to bring to the branch, and I am really excited to work with you and see how we can just strive for better and better.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Megs.
Thanks so much.